natas24. natas24. So shouldn't these be in like difficulty order? Right? But I guess this is a new kind of thing, and that was the first easy one, and now we're getting more challenging ones, right? So let's first make a screenshot. So this makes the notes understandable. And I'm just preparing a place to put the code. No, let's close this one too. There. So, I'm assuming too that these things teach us things that we might actually meet in. Oh? Censored. So now we don't know the password, because in this one we got to know the password here. Now we don't know the password. So let's look at this, and let's also see this knot here. And let's look at strcmp and what it exactly does to return false. Alright, we need to double it. So we'll need to add PHP for this one too. So PHP strcmp binary save string comparison, string 1, string 2. Note that this comparison is case sensitive. String 1 the first string, string 2 the second string. Returns -1 if string 1 is less than string 2, and string 1, and 1 if string 1 is greater than string 2. Oh, I'm having a phone call. Yeah. So we were at number 24, and I was just starting to look at the code here, and it's kind of short. We get the password if not strcmp censored, and this not makes me think, how do we get this to make a not, right? And of course password needs to exist first. But this is the only thing, so I'm like, should we just try anything random? But I need to learn the functions, exact functionality first, right? So that's what we're looking here. So strcmp PHP 4, 5, 7, 8. Binary save string comparison, a string 1 and string 2, and the result is an int, not a boolean. So this is when it's useful to actually have, let's play with it, you know? The reason for this is not to be as quick as possible, the reason is to learn as much as possible. And since we have a PHP server available, we can play with PHP. I don't know if we have any of the... Yeah, that's that one. Let's close those. And this is the str. Let's actually click this and start it, and then click web, And let's go into infosec and the boxes and the wire, natas, and let's make a test one for number 24 that we can use. Of course we will code in code and not in. So let's make a new file called 24 and .php to test this function and see what we actually get as a result from this. So if array exists, we will of course edit this to our own test here. So not just testing on there. Yeah, so why not just use this as it is? Because we want to know how this function works. That's what we want to do. Let's also see what happens if we try. We will get an error, right? So strcmp 1 2 3, right? And we can keep this rest of it. Let's save it and hop over to the browser again, and let's click the new one here, PHP. So this is what we get when we have an undefined variable. So let's add it here. Password, right? Equals to, let's do the same. They're the same now. And then we get the username password. Okay, so what if it is 1 2 3 4? Then we get wrong. So this is actually supposed to be exactly the same string then. That's interesting. So we're supposed to find a password, and as we set it to 1 2 3 now in our own test, what if we remove the not here? We compare this to this, and let's actually so let's echo well, let's keep the same indentation, or we can there. So we added to see what this is. It might complain that it's an int, but we only have this as output, so I'm not thinking it will do that because it will automatically convert one variable, right? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe a simple int, right? I'm not sure I saved. I think I did like 3 times, but so the result is 0 when we have the correct one. So what if we have now 5? But what if we have 0? We have -1. Okay, so apparently false is 0 in PHP. So if we do 1 2 3 again, we get the 0. It is exactly the same string. It is not more, it's not less. So if we do less, like 0, the string being 0 0 0, we can do even 0 this. It is lower. And if we do the string being higher, we get 1. And if it's exactly the same, we get this. So we're supposed to find the exact string, and the last one was I love you, so we of course will need to test this first, but then I'm assuming we will like I don't like it. But are we supposed to like crack this password? It's on the internet, this. So since the password is censored, is there any other way to find this out? Here. So let's read up a bit more on strcmp, but I think we have it all already. But is there a way to trick strcmp? Now we can close this empty tab. So,
Pandatong says,
Hey Sophia, are you using StreamerBot for your ad notifications?
Superimposer
yeah,
says,
I'm using it for all the
A
things.
quick hi, and bye. I've noticed you were online late, and I have some work to do. Maybe next time I stay more less than 3.
Yeah. Hi, and bye, and hope you're having a great day. Yeah, and I'm a bit later now when I'm on vacation. So we'll see how late I will stream today. I don't know. Yeah. Have a great day. Yeah, so Panda, I'm using StreamerBot. So if you want to look at it, it's just simply so I have a few timers in StreamerBot. Here we have Discord, GitHub, and we have the ads,
I hope you
which is an
too,
automatic
less
one.
than 3.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sure I will. I'm having a great day already.
Pandatong says,
Could you export that and send to me pretty please?
Don't you want me to show it to you instead? So, let's see, ads.
Sure.
Let's see here, ads starting now. It's this simple. This is all of it, the ad notification. It's just, it's even not even a timer, this one. It's just the Twitch ads type ad run. And I know that the Twitch ads had recently added another one. This didn't work. It started at the same time as this. So we got 2 messages, ads starting 5 minutes when it was actually starting, you know. But they added a third one. So Twitch ads, upcoming ad. So this is a new one they started that probably will work, right? Yeah. So for the triggers, let's see, upcoming. This is the upcoming ad. We could just remove this one. It didn't work before, at least. And then I'm just
Awesome.
sending a Twitch
Gonna
message.
configure this on my channel. I didn't know if there was some crazy scripting. This is easy
No,
enough.
no, this is very easy. So, though I think scripting is easier. Well, that's just me. This one is this simple. So it's sending it from my bot account, and I just have a dash not to have it read by the TTS. And you can start a timer when this happens in your code and have a like message when they're stopping too, right? If you want to. So it would have been nice if the 5 minutes before worked, but it didn't. So
Nice.
right, let's continue looking at this one. So we have it returns -1
Thank you,
if
my hero.
string. Oh, this is nothing, Panda. Yeah, you're welcome. Just ask stuff. I like it. If string 1 is less than string 2, 1 if string 1 is greater than string, and 0 if they're equal. So we need it to be 0 because that's apparently what is false, and that's why we have the exclamation mark in the code. So let's add a comment here, or rather let's put it here, strcmp returns 0 if the strings are equal. this is what PHP understands. Well, interprets might be better. As false. Explaining the strcmp. Meaning, we need the correct password. So, this is on the internet. I don't want to like try passwords here. So, we do have Morla and this in there. So, of course, we're going to try this. Right? It's the password. So first let's just try it as it is. And let's hop over to page. Hop over. We can just as well use the actual thing here. So it's wrong. And then we try the Morla bit. And then we try 10111. And then we try this. And well, let's do it backwards too. So it's something more complicated. Let's also try I love you, right? Because that was the last password. Oh, I'm typing in the wrong place. I love you. There. So nothing. So if I type here now, I won't get it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I prefer to like see it in burp. But why would I even do it? Because it's easy to see the source or the full result. But I know there's nothing else, right? We know since we actually see this now. Yeah, so this must be a hint for the password. This is also a bit interesting. Could this be a hint to do some kind of calculation on these? So my food is probably cold enough. I have lasagna, a lot of lasagna, so we'll see if I can eat all of this. So I guess your body and your brain needs a bit of energy too, right? So let's do a test of ChatGPT. Do we have it up still somewhere? Yeah, so we didn't even read all of this. I should delete some of mine. So calculate. Let's see what it does with this. I'm curious to see how it will interpret it. So it thinks it's a variable. This is all the information. This is a perfect eating thing to do. Yeah, so it wants to do division. Right. It could also be like a filter on what we're supposed to use. But I know this is a person's name, you know, so it might also not be. But we can try, since it is the same number. So we could use MRLA. Right? Assuming that we remove the 0 one. No. I don't like the guessing thing, right? This is guessing. So I didn't see it as binary, I think, which it of course has to be. It does look very binary. Oh, okay. So I have numlock on. I was like, what? I tried 23. It's not bad. I will have to think a bit, of course. But I'm thinking there's supposed to be some kind of logic in this, right? We're not doing rock you. Alright, we can of course hop to here. It will need the password though. natas24. Oh gosh, I did it again. natas24 tab. So, so it even censor this password. We could of course use the one I just copied, you know, the natas password, which also says wrong. So my food is almost out here. So what on earth? Yeah, I'm thinking we have this hint here. ChatGPT gave us the... Oh, it's just counting it. Oh my god. So here it's approximate thing. That's just a... It just added the numbers together. Oh my. Well, it's funny to see what it does, you know, but whatever. Let's play a bit with Cyber Chef here. So first of all, let's try Morla. Oh, I can't type. Let's see, so Morla 23, of course, right? But that's not it. What I didn't try, let's see, this is this now, so let's do just M, get this one, and remove the only this. So I don't like when it's guessing, and I don't see a logical solution for it. Is there like a bug in this we could use to make it like it's into the string compare, right? So could this use like wildcards? I don't think so. Let's go back to it here, because this is an exact string comparison, right? So null is less than 0, 0, not at all. Null and an empty string is the same. Null and false is the same. Wait. Yeah, because this also 0 and null. But 0 and false. I want to do 0 and false. And you can. So. Oh. Zero. That's not 0. And false. -10. -1, 0. Okay, new line between these. So this one is 1. And this one is -1. Well, it is a binary safe string comparison. So, suggestions are welcome, because I don't really know what to do with this one. It's not logic. I could like look, are there like, I don't think they have anything that is sensitive to an actual vulnerability on the internet, you know? So I think everything is up to date and safe and works as it should. So you can make it do null plus PHP warning. So the string is equal to an actual number here. That's interesting. So it doesn't have to be the same format. We can use, but this will be converted to string, right? Is there a way to trick it to make the 0? Yeah, so what if we do something that makes it do this? Let's try this one. And let's convert it and like switch it around. So echo. Apparently it's not supposed to be indented here, it thinks, so let's unindent it then. There. Yeah.
Patrick Chance says 0xf hex greater than 15, so the code automatically converts f at the bottom level, which may cause some vulnerabilities.
Yeah, so that's, I'm thinking let's do this and then turn them around and see if, because we're like putting the first one here, right? So if it matters which order they are in, if it still does it on the first one too. And welcome in. So browser here. So we get a warning, and we don't get any output here. I'm thinking if this were in an if statement, what would happen? So what if we just switch them around here? Right? I'm kinda assuming it will be... Did I save it? Yeah. We don't get anything from there. So, what if we put this in an F? My. Press the wrong character again. So let's remove the echo. And let's actually split this up so it looks more proper here. Well, this one could be there. Okay, this is a funny error. Let's see. I forgot the semicolon. I was thinking like, what did I do? So that's what we did. And we need also to, of course, to make this a string because it's not a variable.
Array no need to pass parameters.
It seems like this because this is from the documentation here, the example. So we'll see. Let's hop back here in F5. So let's make an else for it. Else. Oh. Oh my god. The arrows don't like me today. Right, so. True. False. False. So, false means that we got something. So we can, if we put like array in there, like the password, and if it actually runs it instead of just sees it as a string, let's just hop back to the code to there. Just array.
Array is a bit like a two-dimensional array, or vector. If it is empty, it is a bit confusing.
Yeah, but I don't think it's, I think it sees it as a string, right? Anyway, but PHP is a bit funny. So if we were to put these like this, we would just get a we would get a true from this, I think. So let's run it again. Yeah, we get a true because it's a string now, and this is how it will be sent in there, right? Let's actually use the, let's test it for reals, putting the request let's make here. Let's call this true test, and let's add true test equals to array. So this is what it sees. It gets true because this is a string. But might be some other way. I'm thinking, is there a way to make it not be a string? So so let's look more here. We can also have a function that isn't anything, but everything will be a string when we send it in like this. So let's see what other people have written. Does not work well with a multi-byte UTF-8 strings, so there are no MBs, just Instead look for...
So this is a question, so the question means how to make two strings equal.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let's hop to my notes here. And this is the code in here. This is what we're supposed to bypass. And we also have this kind of like a hint here. This is a person's name, and on like GitHub and stuff, this is not present. It's just Morla 10111. And I don't think it's just this is a person who made it, you know. It might be a hint on the password too, so we might just have a hint for what it actually is. But it checks if passwd exists, and then this is why I really looked into the strcmp, because it does, if these are exactly equal, this string and this string, it returns 0. But now when we got it to return null, it would also return false. That's why I did the true false one there. So if the strings are equal, yeah, so let's just hop back to this one. I had foo here, right? So if we set this one to foo in our test here, if this is foo, it will be false, which means it will be true when it's knotted, you know? And that's how we will get the password. So since I put 1, 2, 3 in the password one here. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, we will get wrong. And if we do like, so it's a higher one, we will also get wrong. But now, let's see. So now it's -1, 1 there, and this is -1, 1, 2. So let's do 0 instead. Now we have -1 here, meaning it's, if this is 1 or -1, it will both be wrong. It needs to be 0, which is the result of, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. Then we will get our password if we manage to get it to have 0. By the way, I should add new lines to these. So let's see if it can convert in the same line. So what if I do dot \n here, or rather, in this case we just do br, right? And here we do br too, because \n doesn't matter, because it will need to be in the HTML. But
the
here,
strcmp function cannot compare arrays, so you should pass an array for comparison.
yeah. So maybe if I have it in the other format, because this is how we will break it, but not by making it an array, by actually typing an array. But let's do one thing at a time, and let's see if I can do this, because this is also one thing I need to learn here. So now we have new lines for them.
Password equals 123.
No, I don't think that will work. Won't that be seen as a string? Maybe it will. And also I don't want hints, okay? So you know, for the future. But I think I might have said... So what did I do? So it should be foo. Now we have false. So we want it to be false. Without giving us the correct answer, you know. So faux is the correct answer.
The password parameter should be turned into an array.
Yeah. So let's PHP array syntax. Yeah, but I as I said, I don't want hints. Okay, so I don't want to tell you to tell me what to do, because that breaks the fun of it. Okay. So especially when I'm working on something, if I will didn't know anything. Yeah, so this is array. We don't want that. We want it to be an array without being an array function. So let's do this bit here. Oh my goodness. Can't I copy this? That's so funny. So we need to find something that can make it there. So if we delete this one again, or rather if I just to make it simpler to test here. This does not work. I tested it quickly and simply in the actual thing. So we can't give it this. It will probably just do the string here, right? Also, let's actually print it. That's why we're doing this, to test it. So first of all, let's echo
Okay, sorry, I thought you could do that. I shouldn't have suggested that.
It's okay, it's okay. So let's add BR here. And then we just do the true test. So we print them out. And if this actually was an array here now, it would complain here that we can't print an array like this. Right? Because it won't. And we can confirm this by doing let's use that string that I just did. Let's just get it back. Let's test this too, right? And dot here means plus. That's how it concatenates strings. Kind of funny. Saved. So it just outputs this, and then when I try to output array to string conversion. So this is a correct format for an array. When it is not in already, you know, in a string. Here it is in a string, so it's okay to print it out. So whatever we input here, it will be in a string. So it's kind of locked, right? So we also have a hint for the password. So we might actually just be intended to use this to get the password. I mean, it might be Morla with a capital M, something stupid. I don't like testing though. It's not Morla with a capital N and 23 at least, so. We can test Morla with a capital M. As you can see, we tested a few things by now. This is a password for this one. So I'm not sure we're not supposed to just get this as a password. Yeah, so I tried it already the other way around to 1 0. Yeah, but let's logically, we're supposed to break strcmp, but we're getting a string. This let's actually look at the dollar request here, right? Because this is a part of an array. We're actually getting the key for a value in this array. So this is, if we could like break it somehow, but it's a string. They will return a string. So I tabbed away from it, copying this. Yeah, right, I was going to check it out more. We did the other day. So, the associative array, the way arrays work in PHP with key value pairs. But default contains the contents of get, post, and cookie. The variable in requests are provided to the script where the input mechanisms, therefore it could be modified by the remote user and cannot be trusted. The presence and order of variables listed in this array is defined according to PHP request order, variables order configuration directives. So I don't think we can like break it. Make it not return a string, you know, when it's... where's the actual
This comment
thing?
looks strange and can be easily misunderstood. Maybe it is not a hint. Morla. Translated from Italian.
Yeah. That's why we're looking at this. The filter extension. We haven't looked at filters in this. So the hard thing with these natas ones is that you don't really get like any learn this if you want to solve this one, you know. It's just a challenge and you are supposed to solve it. Yes, I don't think there's any way to do that. Like break out of it, make it not a string. Especially the reason I think that is because I don't think we're supposed to like break this in that way. Because I think this is like supposed to be still kinda safe as it's on the internet. So this is funny that some of them, they like by mistake censored the password we enter into here to see this, which we always have, right? Yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired after lunch, you know. Well, late lunch. I guess it's almost it's like my lunch and dinner combined. So at least we have a size 20 here. This is some kind of hint about the... At least it's not more than 20 characters. It's to match something. I mean, we shouldn't be able to get out of this. Now when we understand that this makes it exactly only work with 0. And an error. And we don't have anything to do with this one, and this one we can put, but it's always a string. So PHP input string if we look at like sanitize, maybe we will see what we might
It must be a strcmp vulnerability. Generally speaking, it is a logic vulnerability or a function vulnerability in the code.
Yeah, but I don't think that the natas people will have actual vulnerabilities in here. That's why I don't think it's that. Maybe I'm wrong. So let's see if we learn how to like sanitize user input with PHP more, maybe we can see what the vulnerabilities would be like, if there are any. So we don't have SQL stuff at all. We just want to make an array of the poor variable. So filter var sanitize string. It has a built-in IP address validation and stuff. That's nice. Will it end? Validate emails. Sometimes URL. So let's go back and add like let's try just let's escape instead. Can we do that? And I misspelled escape. I skipped the A. Oh well. Add slashes manual. Okay. Yes, love. Okej, jag fixar det snart. Har du börjat med ditt event? Gubben, dagarna går ju. Du vill ju göra det. Det är därför jag inte gjorde något annat idag. Okay, I'll just go to my kid for a sec. Sorry, gubben. Vad var det du gjorde? So I'll just go heat up some dinner for my kid just after lunch. I'll be right back. Let's actually use this button now to put some music on while I'm gone for 2 seconds. 4 minutes.
I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel secrets. The code, no limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, I'll unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean.
Panda Tongue says,
Someone go raise her chair up all the way.
Something new, learning, hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, I'll unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected.
So, Panda! Unfortunately, my chair is already raised up all the way. I think it's dying. When I sit on it, it goes down kind of far now at once. I think it's about to say bye-bye and just sink down. Right, I almost don't hear it after a bit, you know, the song. So it's like it's just a part of the background. So I ate a lot of food. I could never eat more food at once. So I'm kind of stuck on this now. What else could I test? To insert characters that are legal using escape characters. Yes, I was more like I want to escape the string. I don't want to put escape characters in the string. We can try and just put characters that are not supposed to be in there, right? So we had a session, right? Still, so I'm thinking, where is it? Let's hop over to this machine and look at the. Did I even look at this in Burp? Come on, come on. Oh, this is so annoying. It happened to me once before. So we have this VMware bar up here, which makes me. That's why I put the Kali one down here. And when I click on something here, I should get the Kali one instead. So let's just click something in Windows and click back here and go down. Yeah, that worked. So it happened once before. Otherwise it's always worked. So we can select to use the Windows one by just clicking something in Windows and Windows above, click Kali, and I get the Kali one. Instead of this just popping up all the time at the same time, annoyingly. Right. So we didn't even look at it here. So let's hop over to. We have tried a few things here. Yeah, so we need to actually send stuff, not these characters, right? So we'll have to test more things in Burp that we haven't done already. We can take anything. This was here. Let's do this one. And actually change it, not to be URL encoded as much, and see what we can change with this. So repeater. So let's just simply decode it. URL decode. So this is what we of course this can't work. We need at least plus this, or we just remove it, of course. And if we send this, it will go like bananas, right? We get the rung, and yeah, so this is what they censored by mistake, the password here, which is kind of funny. So this won't work. So, but we don't get like some kind of buggy stuff, we just get wrong. Because this will still become a string, right? What if we send something like this? String, it's still off because it's just a string, right? Don't get any errors or anything. So what if we do the array? Cell will be wrong. What could we possibly try? So something like this. We already tried these characters. We just get wrong still. I need knowledge here. I'm almost sending Gar a message. Help! So okay, it's okay for chat to help now if you have any suggestions on what to do. I probably missed something that's supposed to be that's simple or whatever. we could Google. If no one has any suggestions, I'm thinking it's almost time to look at, since I don't have any thoughts on what to continue, and I'm not going to do like a brute force for a password here on the internet. Yeah, I'm kinda out of ideas. Whatever could we do here? Let's just put like a backslash or whatever and see what happens with this. Nothing, I think. It's whatever we do here is just wrong. Yeah, I know one thing I thought of doing. Let's see, what's the actual comment there again? Morla. So let's do Morla. Percent 23, and send this to. That is still wrong, right? Because it's the binaries was 23. Let's let's just calculate it again. So 10111, right? Is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 0 plus 16, and that is 20 with a 4, and it's 3, so it's 23. So it was correct for 23. Unless it's backwards for some odd reason, then it would be 1 plus 0 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16, and that would be 29. So let's do 29 too. First 29 this way. Oh, sorry. And then do percent 29 to get the character for 29. There. Still wrong. Yeah, so I'm kind of giving up on it because I don't know what else we could do. We don't have such a little code. I don't think it's a vulnerability in this. We could of course Google. So we could use this Google. So PHP. Well. And strcmp. I don't think this is it, you know. But we might get hints on just strings to do. This is not new, this is kind of old, but I'm assuming that they have updated their PHP. So strcmp bypass introduction. This is a unique CTF authentication bypass challenge. Okay. strcmp password and get password is 0. And this is the same as doing the exclamation mark in front, which we confirmed. And we need to do the same thing here as they do. Some ways of comparing two strings are very insecure. Oh. Look. Look, look, look. Let's try this before we look anymore. So, we're not making this side of it an array. We're making this side of it an array. That if we get a false, we get the result. So we managed to make it an array finally, which I was trying for such a long time. And it was that simple. And I know I've used this once before, when we did a like a box. Let's look at the notes. So now I'm interested. Let's see. We have the try hack me CVE here. This one. Well, this is not the best way to do it. Yeah, so I did it several ways. That's why we have. Yeah, let's look at the burp one, because this will be an obvious. The mail address here. If we make it an array. The email. And then we can put our own email in there too. So before the equals, so I should have known this. I should have known this. But this was not yesterday. So we need, because I got it to, we got as far as this. Where is it? We were trying to make it an array in different ways, and I failed, and now I know why and how to do it, which is a good learning. But the comment was kind of, I spent, I think, more time on the comment, and I really thought we would. They wanted us to brute force it because of the comment. So strcmp and yeah. So now we can bypass this one too. Localhost. So here, now we can do this, that I was trying to do like a million times. So we can just have it equal to anything, but we need also to set this side to this. And then we will get the array problem sooner. And this is what I was trying to get. So nice. So to make a variable an array, we just add these and we're done. Let's read all of the documents I opened. There might be other interesting things. So this. So let's go to the documentation of this. And where was it? No, it was not here. No. So I might have closed it already, or is it here? Yeah, here it is. So let's close this stuff. There. So here it is. So looking at the PHP docs, there is an example where strcmp gives the result null when being sent an array or function. I can't even spell function today. Function. And let's get this bit out of here. So oh my goodness. So let's remove a few of them. Well, we can keep all of it. This is interesting. We can keep all of it, but it is PHP, so let's get the colors nice. We tried and tried to make a variable, an array, by giving it different values. Finally, I googled PHP str cmp role, and at once we found the answer. Yes, gubben. Va? I'll be right back and I'll just help my kid. Jag tittade jättenoga i alla fall. Like. So, he's afraid of fly things, as he call it. So it's like flies and any kind of flying insect. I think butterflies are included. Was the tiniest thing there. So, finally I googled PHP, strcmp vol, and at once we found the answer. We're not supposed to change it to an array by changing by how we set the value. Well, by change it to an array by what we set the value to. But how we set it. Using pass would equals, so we need to make this there equals to whatever. We get an array as we already found out. This will result in str cmp returning null. And this is interpreted as false by the if. Meaning we got the password. Okay, so let's also learn all the things here, not just okay. Double. Where did that end up? Oh, so is there another insect? We'll see. Wait, is there again? There was another one, the same type. I'm thinking, where did they come from? Where could they come from? I don't know. So let's just continue. Let's let's make this one a bit prettier here. Come on, click. No, I can change it. Whatever. Right. Let's. Let's get this one in here too. And this is the same height. I didn't need to copy it again. I'm just trying to find the same place. Yeah, so here is a warning here. So let's fix this one with HTTP here. So HTTP. So it will look a bit prettier. And where's the pre? Here's at least a BR. Here we have the credentials bit. So we're going to copy the request to 25. So I'm kind of feeling like we don't want these to run out. I'll cry when they end. There. So, of course, we could just do this also with the browser now. You can just add these here, and we will get the information here too. So, yeah. So they taught us that we're supposed to test all of them. So let's actually put this in our web notes, because this is an important thing, you know. And I had it before. And let's add also this CV bit. So this one I did because the person who found it popped into stream and suggested we do that one. So let's see. Web exploration. And we want most things in the start here of web. And yeah, that's stuff to Google. Parameters. Yeah, so we had this as 1 to 2, and we had either up here. So maybe we should just hop this one down there. Source for... yeah, so this should also be hidden parameters. Let's put parameters here. We're into parameters now, right? And I can sort it later. So, oh my goodness. Oh. So I'm thinking stuff to test with parameters at the top here. So might even be before testing those kind of random things. So let's try making parameters arrays by adding before equals like username. Oh, this is so annoying. I know I can't spell. Whatever. There. We can also and this is a bit of this, part of this, also try adding more than one value like, or for example, for email addresses. Yeah, and this is Swedish. We only have one D. So let's hop up to CVE here. And which one was it most visible in? So this is not necessary. I'm just trying to find something to copy so I don't have to type. And also it's nice to read this. So yeah. Well, we should have just done evil. So wherever this is actually used. Here. So I need to read all of this code more carefully later. So this is how it is here. And when I did it in burp, since this is not text, which is annoying, I usually do text too, you know? I guess this is long ago. And of course I changed the script. My god, I can't see this. Let's look at the images. It's so tiny. User email, yeah, so it's the same text that we see in this. No, wrong file. Here. It's only with the characters. So it makes an array of this and just sets them to an array like this. But this is of course a Python code, not PHP. So let's have this as an example. I like that we can click like this and just hop over here and paste. And let's actually put this in a new line there. So this one needs to be popped up because it will break the formatting, which is kind of odd. That's how Obsidian works. So now let's hop back to 24 and let's finish the notes. Yeah, so here is where we found that the null. Let's add the script here, like for testing stuff too. And it is called 24 PHP, right? So I actually put it there. It's already have the right name and everything. Yeah, so it's in the notes here. And we can see how I failed. And finally, let's actually so let's remove a few lines. Maybe it's better though. Oh my goodness, I just want to paste the... Oh my goodness. So, this is our failed test. Well, that's a bit bad. So, there. And we can see how we tried to make it an array, but it failed because it's just a string. Then we managed to make it an array. So it's time to go to 25. Alright, Obsidian removes space when you do that. So before we actually continue, let's read more. Because I didn't want to... this is the first one, right? So I didn't want to... when I saw this, I was like, oh, right. I recognize this, you know? So... let's see what else it says. After a bit more research, it seems that strcmp has some issues when comparing a string to something else. Equal to an empty array, then strcmp will return null. Due to some inherent weaknesses in PHP comparisons, null will be 0, which will return true. And okay, so null is actually 0 in PHP. Okay. So let's actually look on that, more on that, because we realized that 0 was false and that null was also false. But that null actually is just 0 in PHP, I didn't know. Following request to look into the page. So it wasn't much there more. So triple equal operator and null in PHP. Boolean false. The PHP variable has a value and a type. In most practice cases, we consider only about the value of the variable, but there may be times we have to consider the type of the variable as well. For an example, value null, or, well, that's an O, right? Like, to call it, can be assigned to a variable with different types like this. Yeah, so we got this strcmp compared null, and this one it got returned 0, I think. Here. Null and 0. What's -1? But null and empty string is 0. So null and 0 is actually not the same. Whatever. I guess this is turned into a string that contains 5, as it looks like here. Right? So this will not be 0. This will be a string 0. Foo and null 3. Yeah, so I really want to run all these myself. Erik at eldator.se. So they put their emails in. Anyway, this is what I put in the notes. It's an interesting bit. So here, you can have a good idea about. You can check the operator plus as triple equal to check equality of both their values and types simultaneously. You can have a good idea about this by looking at the following piece of code. So these are true when there are equals, but not with strcmp. And here they will of course be false, because this is an int and this is a, well, null as its own type, right? Null data type. So PHP variables includes class variables, including class variables, get the null value and null type by default. So if no one assigned them a value, it remains null. So in case you have to check for unused variables or for nullness of a variable, you should always use a triple equal operator with null token. Otherwise, you may mistakenly treat a null things like oh, this is a 0. It's just typed very oddly, not using the 0, right? Oh, very, very oddly. You should always use otherwise as null maybe. Oh, or empty string as null that may have been valid data for your application. For null conversions, prefer to use a null foo built-in PHP function, which probably makes more sense as null is not really a value nor a type, but absence of value and a type. Yeah, it does the same thing. Strict comparison operator checks both the value and types. It's considered good practice to use it instead of equals. You may. So we're going to read forever here. My ear just told me that it has low battery, meaning 4 hours streaming, and I started using this before stream, so it's a good timer. When I need to charge, then it's 4 hours. plus, usually. So I agree with you, simply you have to use according to the application. In fact, it can be a situation you don't really care about types. You're a 2 or 2. Never use it. Okay. Haven't checked the execution time off. I feel it's way speedier. Yeah. Amazingly, you're right. Yes, it sounds odd that the more complicated functions would be faster. Okay, so equal was a faster, yeah. Then I should dig into the C code. Okay, let's try hack me, meaning it's 19 already. I think it's time for my kid to have his chicken nuggets soon. Or if he wants pizza today, maybe. But he said chicken nuggets a bit ago. Yeah, right, so I was thinking of this. This needs a recast. Nice. So. A simple gotcha in PHP. Can you tell the output of the following code? Okay, so that's what's the one. So 3 equals are recommended by the PHP gurus. We don't need to read more about that. (2021) Introduction to bypassing strcmp. So now we're looking for other ways to what? Compares to thing. Case sensitive. Yes, comparing. It's giving us a number output even. It's just using the numbers. Specifies the first string to compare, and string 2 specifies the second string to compare. Yeah. No, this is not correct, because why? Is this PHP? Yeah, this is not correct. If string 1 is greater than string 2, you don't get 0. You get... They missed the character error, supposed to be more than 0. Can the importing character do not miss? Does it have comments on this one? Oops. What? Someone trying to put their information out there. strcmp. This is the same thing that the other one. So what they're... Well, it's the square parenthesis. Patching the bug. Yeah. Yeah, 0. Well, nothing new. I'm kind of thinking it's starting to get cold in here. It's 22.3 degrees. 23 is like my I don't like it level. If it's 23 or lower, I'm cold. There. The window is closed. So how do you write a string comparisons? I'm just skimming through this. This is not interesting. It's the same again. So apparently there was some kind of challenge in 2015 about this. Let's close a lot of things down. This one we can keep up, and these. Right? So, next. $25. And let's make a marker